This is another video. It's Simon Lavender here with Amass Games, and this is Bananagrams. So this is a game I've played a good few score times, and this is a party game but involves words. It's like Scrabble, but the difference is you're not trying to necessarily take ages. In fact, that's the whole benefit of it. You're not trying to take ages to make your choice, trying to get triple word scores or anything like that. Obviously, it's very interesting looking pouch it comes in, which is handy and obviously quite relatively firm, shall I say, but still able to squeeze into certain locations. The player count, so it's it's actually 1 because you can play it solo, which I have done. 1 to 8 players and ages 7 to 107 is what they list. Now, I do still keep them in this plastic bag. I could put them in here. It doesn't need to have any waterproof ability. I mean, it'd be better if I kept this in the plastic bag more than anything else. But with 2 to 4 players, you start off with 21 tiles, which are just all face down initially, and you're taking them. With 5 to 6, you'll have 15, and with 7 to 8, 11. I think it plays with any number. I've never had a real issue with the numbers of players you start off with. In terms of time to play, I think it's pretty similar too. I think most games are, I'd say, about 5 minutes. Excuse me. And what you're doing is imagine one player starts off with these tiles. What they're looking to do is just make words as quickly as possible. Now, with word games, I think with any kind of word games, it usually involves a kind of crossword theme. You're trying to actually do something which makes the longer word as possible. The reason why that's important is you then have the ability of actually going off it. Pretty lucky to get something like this, actually. Let's do mare. I think mare is a word. And then let's just do or. Now, as soon as you've got all the letters out, you say peel, and everybody then takes an extra letter each. So even if you haven't managed to complete everything, by saying peel, you're actually enabling yourself to do better. So in this instance, you've got, say, an L, and the great thing about this is you can actually change stuff around. So you could do like lie or something like that. I don't think that's a word. LT, and again, I might deliberately do this. So I imagine I could stick it somewhere, but so I can't. I could say dump. If I say dump, I'm chucking 1 letter back in and grabbing 3 new letters. Now, you might think, why do I want more letters? Because the end of the game starts whereby there are fewer tiles left than the number of players. And it doesn't matter how many letters you've got out, every word has to be correct. But if you're the person who calls bananas, which is basically the end of the game, then you're winning if you're the first person to do that. It's a bit of a hesitation bit. But now you can do like in, or, I mean, you could stick down here, but of course you've got this over here. So what we could do is like more, and now we've got to do something like this, which, oh, that does work quite well. We've got auntie. Obviously, we still need to connect them up somehow. Let's see if we can do that. So if you want to, I'm not saying this is a good idea, you've then got those letters. And something with I, which could be useful later. There you go, it can work. And then I don't think you should be using Joe like that, but you've got the idea. So that's basically how the game progresses. There are some alternatives, which I mentioned about solo being one of them. What you can do is there's banana smoothie, whereby all the tiles are face down, beginning again. There's no peeling and there's no dumping. And the first person who's got the letters again calls out bananas. Another one is called Banana Cafe. So in this instance, you start with 21 tiles from the pouch again, but there is dumping but no peeling. And again, first person to finish calls out bananas to win the game. Again, every word has to be correct, otherwise you're called a rotten banana and you won't win. The last one is Banana Solitaire. So again, you do it and you're trying to get rid of all those letters out in the fastest time possible. That might be where I alluded to the duration of the game. I think 5 minutes, or I think 5:39 in a couple of times I tried playing it solo is how long it takes, and you're trying to constantly beat your score. You're likely to perhaps improve on that because you've got some ideas of how fast words take to put together, in the sense that you've got ideas of what different combinations work and what are real words. Of course, you've got to have real words for it to work. So that is Bananagrams. You may have seen it in the Peter Rabbit film. I think it's about the 66th minute, and there's another moment in it as well. And they do weigh a bit, these tiles, so it is something that, even though it's quite portable and has some manipulation to it, it's something you need to consider. Again, there is more flexibility if I didn't have it in a plastic bag. So it's 386 grams, and just be aware of that if you start racking up your backpack with games. Enjoy.